Zeppelin by Emmy is Graceful on Archive of Our Own. This is a Destiel one-shot, and it was made for Valentine's Day, but whatever. Kaz, I know, Dean, we can't get a cat. Destiel tries for a look that's supposed to be understanding, but ends up looking more let down to Dean. Kaz gives one more longing look at the sandy-haired cat before turning away and walking back down the street. Dean looks at her, looking at him and back at the young girl selling them out of the box. He's gonna regret this. The list of stupid things Dean's boyfriend could get him to do was long and extensive. Some of them Dean tries not to think about. Others, he'd pitch himself off a building if Sammy were to ever find out. Buying a cat was stupid on so many levels. First off, they live in small apartments with breakable things. Second, he has no idea how their lease feels about four-legged furry creatures. Third, their turtle, George, may not be as safe as he once was. And lastly, maybe most importantly, Dean was allergic. But no, here he is, driving the Apollo with a cat in the passenger seat at 11 o'clock at night. He'd somehow managed to convince the young lady selling the cats to let him pick it up this late. He tried not to look into how deeply relieved she looked when he actually showed up. And she's just staring at him, her green eyes glowing from the passenger seat, slightly squinted in the way that Kaz does, but not nearly as cute. Of course it's not cute, because she's a cat, and cats aren't cute. Not at all, not one bit. Nope. Dean Winchester will not, under any circumstances, begin to find this cat cute. But then, she just plops herself down and folds in half all curled up and falls asleep, and Dean doesn't think he can blame the eye watering on the allergies anymore. God damn it. Keep your eyes on the road, Winchester. Head in the game. Cat is for Kaz. You don't have to love her. When he is finally letting himself into their apartment, he's thinking his lucky stars Kaz has gone to bed early. Valentine's Day isn't for a few more minutes. The surprise can't be ruined. So he takes another allergy pill for good measure and leaves the cat on the kitchen counter before going into the bedroom to find Kaz's sleeping form all curled into a non-existent other. Dean immediately regrets leaving so late, but he imagines the look on Castiel's face when he sees the new cat and figures they'll have more nights to fall asleep together. He leans over and kisses him lightly on the lips. Dean? Castiel blinked groggily up at his boyfriend, and if that's not the most adorable thing Dean has seen all day. I was worried about you. I'm fine. I just had to do something. Don't worry. He smiles and Kaz gives him just the most trusting look anyone has ever given him. I'll be right in. Just let me get some water. Just as he's turning to go get the cat, she herself runs right in, meowing and pattering right over to Dean. And if that sound doesn't wake up Kaz up fully... Dean, what was that? Dean looks over at the clock. 12. Perfect. He flips on the light just as the cat jumps on the bed. Happy Valentine's Day. Oh my god. Castiel is sitting up straight now, facing him and that cat. He has his mouth covered, but his eyes are all round and awestruck and loving, and he keeps looking in between his new cat and his boyfriend. He takes his head away and says in a small voice, like he's afraid Dean's gonna take her away. Really? Really, babe? Castiel gaps and smiles and pulls Dean down to kiss him with more force than he intended, but with all the love he was feeling. When they pull apart, he looks back at the cat who's staring at him. Hi, kitty. He clicks his tongue and she walks over to him. Just to let you know, I am reading it exactly how it's written, so if there's mistakes, yeah, that's why. Okay. Dean doesn't think he's ever seen Kaz look at anything or anyone other than himself with that much love. He makes a little ah noise in the back of his throat as he pets behind her ear. She needs a name, Dean said. Kaz takes a second to look up at him. Well, I wanted her because she reminds me of you. Same color eyes and hair. Plus, her bitch face and yours have an uncanny resemblance. Dean blushes and fake swats at his arm, but takes it in his stride. Then, she needs a badass name. Kaz rolls his eyes but complies. Queen Mary? This earns an incredulous stare. Dean, Queen Mary... Yeah, I know, Kaz. He doesn't really know, but he doesn't really want a history lecture tonight. Kaz tends to go on and on and on and on about that sort of stuff. The dude was like a walk-in encyclopedia. Besides, his mom would just give him a weird look at the name. But you know what's the next most badass thing to a female royalty? Kaz just raises an eyebrow. Rock and roll. I'm not at all surprised by this answer. He deadpans. Dean laughs. Zeppelin. Zepp for short. Destiel kisses him. That's perfect. A few weeks later, Dean's phone is packed with over 300 photos of Zepp. The end. Like and subscribe for more if you enjoyed this, because I have a lot of others on my profile. Hint, hint, hint. Anyways, have a good day, and I hope you all had a happy Valentine's Day. I know me and Netflix had a very wonderful time. Like, we spent all day together. Like, no joke there. And yeah, okay, so I guess that this is it. Bye!